Welcome back to another episode of APL Custom Service Internet page. Uh, One of the primary reasons designing this was to get quick access to information in order to respond in a very fast and efficient manner, accurate manner to the customer in a uniform way, where it did not matter which customer service rep or account manager was talking to the customer. In fact, our manager would sometimes step in and be able to man the phone because of this type of a setup, because it's quite intuitive, and you just click 2 to 3 clicks and you're basically there. So on this video, we'll just quickly look at some of the utilities. One of the things I wanted to design was, this is now back in 2000, 2001, where remote work was not really in the public realm. But I wanted to work from home, and I built this with that in mind. I could see down the road that eventually we would get there, and our executives, having attended some conferences at the time, they came back with this foreign notion called pandemic, which I didn't know what it was, and there they started to talk about working remotely from a backup control center. But I thought once broadband internet was everywhere, which was likely to happen, from a 2000 perspective, and that's what materialized. So I designed this page to be a virtual office. So if we're away on working remotely, we could get the information that we want quickly. So here's we'll go through some of the other links. So for instance, here the quick links, there's a whole bunch of stuff there that we would need at our fingertips. For example, if you're talking with a customer and you want to they want to discuss something about a presentation that we generally do or did throughout the year, we would click there and this would open up the presentation. So these are basically documents that we don't normally look at, but in talking with customers, things will pop up. For instance, there are rules of how to do something at a delivery point. If we click there and a customer asks us, the PDF document opens up. I've got the document here, and I can break down what the customer should do or not do. When we go back to quick links again, for instance, if we wanted to know, customers used to get an information package of what to do and what to not do. That's just a collection of documents. If they wanted it, we could open it up and quickly go through the relevant information and email that this package to them as we are talking on the phone. Another one that's quite useful is the pipeline had complicated formulas to calculate fuel, etc., etc. So the customer would ask, can you help me explain to me how this is calculated or whatnot? And the beauty of this page is, for instance, this US fuel formula is quite complicated. If you click on the link, you actually go to a page where you can do actually the calculations, and it would show up pressing the various buttons. I won't go into it, but this is basically a calculator, and there's various ones for anything that has a hyperlink will actually take you to a calculator. Um, Moving on, there are things like questions about if there are plant outages that impacts production. We could go there and look at any information that we have. I'll just go into history, uh, 2004, and just go, this is information that we would receive from our partners, and we would just compile it here. So if the customer calls, we can just go and drill down by date, whether there was an impact at a particular production facility. Again, quickly accessing the information and responding to the customer. Now we'll go back and look at some of the utilities that we have. Well, one of the features that I used quite a bit when I worked remotely was the virtual office wall. So this is basically, think of things you have in your office wall that you refer to when you're working with your computer or just on the phone. And that's this kind of the idea. So anything that you would put up on an office wall would be here. For instance, when talking to customers, I'm working remotely or in the office, I need to know the compressor station map. I click there, boom, I got this map here, just a PowerPoint slide in PDF format, and basically I know I don't need a huge map on my wall, it's right there. And again, we can go into things that we use a lot, like the formula part or who's on call, etc., etc. So also there are information, these formulas that our customers would ask, how do I convert this or that? Again, all of these are also calculators. If I click there, it will actually take me to a calculator, and I could calculate for them, and I could actually detail the calculations here, copy and paste it to an email and send it to them so they know how I did the calculation. This is going from, for instance, this unit, gigajoules, which is metric, to decatherms, which is imperial. But you could go the reverse by clicking A and B versions, so it's very easy to do. Then we go into delivery specification of our pipeline, the hydrocarbon chain, methane, ethane, whatever. And in the industry, it's called C1, C2, etc., etc. What the heat value conversion is to take the volume into heat units. You can't really memorize those things offhand, so this table is quite useful when talking to customers. Then various deadlines. When you may not remember everything downright, it's nice to have something in front of you. And our customer service list, you click there, this can actually be attached to an email and sent it out to whoever is asking for it. And it's a daisy chain, so it's coming back here. Working virtually, one of the things is you don't know who's in the office. Here's a out of office wall. You could out of office notice board, I should say. You can see who's in the office, who isn't not. So if somebody is not there, you need to reach him or her. You just click there, and it opens their business card up. So again, click, the information is there. There's a search functionality because there's over 900 pages. If you click there, it'll take to a search field where you could enter in the names of a report that you may know or a buzzword, that'll get you there, and this feature will bring you there. There's a log page report, etc., etc. So a lot of the things that the customers want, that's how this page came into being. It was driven by what the questions that the customers asked us. One of the things that they would ask is, historical fuel numbers. For instance, what was the fuel for various, periods and whatnot. We could get through this page and get at these fuel numbers going back years and years. I don't have it listed here anymore, but it used to be there. So that's about it. There's a lot of information here, too detailed to mention. The basic point is the information, the bulk of the information on this page is coming from about 25 plus spreadsheets. The spreadsheets are only accessed by the team when they're updating it. Once they update it, they just click on a button, and the VBA code, the macro, populates the pages that are part of this Intranet web page. It's a very quick and dirty way of doing it, and it's not something I've seen anywhere else, but from my perspective, it has been a good tool for the team, and we really used it a lot. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you have any comments, please leave it below. Thank you for watching.